Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to The Shank Show. We're your hosts, Andrea Ferguson, and
Shanka Ponsley.
all right. Today, we're going to talk about something very, very interesting to me. Hopefully, it's interesting to you.
Yeah, why do you sound like a soundy sound?
It's like a podcaster,
Yeah.
because we're podcasting.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes, I am very excited today. Maybe it's because of all that Halloween candy that was floating around.
Could be.
Could be.
Are you gonna eat it?
Nah.
No.
Are you gonna eat it?
Nah. Unfortunately, sugar is not good for me.
Yeah, it makes you crash
Not good for the kitties either, but they love it.
because it makes them crash.
It makes them crash. I
Well,
think.
that's not the reason why they like it, but it's that rush.
Oh wait, I found a blue chewing gum that's probably sour too.
Oh, so you just take back everything you said?
Well, I didn't have to swallow it. I can just chew it.
Do you eat Halloween candy even though you are an adult? Whoever you are listening right now, let us know. Comment. Do you sneak your kids' trick or treat candy?
Type in candy if you do.
Do you steal their Easter candy?
Type in Easter if you do.
Do you steal their Christmas? Do you get Christmas and Easter candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like candy canes, right?
Um.
For
No,
Christmas
it's more like where in Luxembourg.
Well, tell us now. I'm curious.
Well, for the longest time, you didn't get anything for Christmas. Really, you only got something for St. Nicholas Day, and that was December 6th. So what happens is that you put out your slippers at night, and then
Your slippers. That's
yeah,
something.
and then
Like my elf slippers.
exactly like those that people can see in our video that we released on Saturday, I believe. But you put out your slippers at night, and then what happens is if you behaved, you will get a piece of candy or a piece of fruit in your slippers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you misbehaved, you have a piece of coal or a whip.
A whip? That's
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, a branch that your parents will use to whip your booty.
Dark. Very
Yeah.
dark.
So that happens for several nights, and I
The
don't know.
whipping?
No, the putting out the slippers, and I don't know actually. I forgot when it starts, but it's several days, maybe 2 weeks before December 6th,
Mm-hmm.
and then on December 6th itself, it's kind of like, I guess, like Christmas, where in the morning you come down, and there doesn't necessarily have to be a Christmas tree. Usually there is, because it's kind of, Christmas too, but yeah, and then you have all your gifts lined around.
All right. Well, we
And
have no such.
St. Nicholas.
We have no such thing. And right now,
Okay.
all I can think about is the fall. That's the season that we're in right now.
Exactly.
And I think about the pumpkins and the candy and the trick-or-treaters. And there's a lot to be said about that. But that's not why we're here.
No?
No. What we're going to talk about today is how you play the game. And I want to know from you, because you said something very important, which is it's not always about playing the game. It's about how you play the game. And we're specifically talking about in business when you are, well, yeah, when you're conducting business. So can be client meetings, can be B2B, it can be, what else can it be?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, when you are in business, and don't mind the background noise, it's just happy people here. But when you are in business, you're gonna have times where you collaborate with other teams, where you collaborate with your own team, and that is, you choose to play the game or not. And when I say play the game, I mean you choose to do what you're about to do or not.
Oh, I just want to clarify that playing the game, by the way, doesn't mean it's anything false. It doesn't mean you're pretending or tricking or deceiving or
Oh yeah.
deceptive. Playing the game is strategy. It's about having a plan, or you're doing something, going somewhere, you have a goal, and how you reach it is what
Yeah.
we're talking about here.
Yeah, so in business very often you use sports analogies very often. Okay, someone knocks it out of the park, comes from baseball,
Hits a home run,
hits a home run,
dunks
um,
it,
hits the ground running.
touchdown, field goal.
Yeah, so you get it,
Yeah.
right? No, yeah, absolutely. We're talking strategy and talking about doing, executing the plan.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and when I was saying that now it's about how you play the game, not about playing the game, is that this is a moment where you are already in the game. You have started
You made the
your,
team.
yeah,
You made the cut.
yes, absolutely. And more than that, there's already been several hours of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Some scores have already been determined, and it comes to a point where you huddle together because you're trying
Did you
to
say hobble or huddle?
huddle.
Yes.
Well, sometimes you hobble
You
together
hobble into
because
the
you
huddle?
because yes. But in this instance, you huddle together just like in sports because you may be currently losing and you just need to get together and come up with a strategy, motivate each other, inspire each other. And then it's no longer like, are we gonna play this game or not? No, you're gonna
You're
finish
in the
it.
game.
You are in the game.
Yeah.
But it really starts mattering about how you do it. Are you a good team player? Are you following the strategy? Are you able to pivot? Do you listen to your coach?
Do you
And do you
take
take his
criticism well?
right? Do you take criticism well? Do you take his advice or her advice?
Yeah.
And are you able to implement? Are you able to focus on sportsmanship and kind of finish the game to the end, even though it might sometimes mean that you don't come out as a winner,
Yeah. Do
but
you
at least you
still?
have made up. You have like um, decreased the difference between you and the opposing team.
Yeah. I want to say something before you go on here
Yes.
and you catch your breath. There's a reason why it's so common to read, like Patrick Lencioni we were talking about just a few weeks ago, the ideal team player. You're not one, you don't, nobody wants to be in the middle of the game to determine that, oh, shoot, you know what, that team member, that goalie, that quarterback, linebacker, whatever, they actually don't know how to play, or they don't play well, or they never pass the ball, or there are traits that you want to have determined in an ideal team player before you start playing the game. And then, of course, there's some things that, go beyond the team player. It's about the coach. And one thing that I find fascinating, especially in my role, when you talk about, like, maybe it looks like a losing game, but do you let your team onto that? Or do you keep playing as if there is a shot and then maybe you actually do score? So this is all what we're talking about when we talk about how to play the game, because it's really, really important. It's important to the morale of your team. It's important to you as a leader to understand that there's a certain way that you have to conduct yourself even throughout the game. And it's not just all about you at the top talking with whomever, but it's about coaching your own team. Which, by the way, there is a certain point at which you just have to let the players play, because unless you go and grab the ball from them and you shoot. then there's a trust issue, and that's a different topic for a different day. But I think that it just resonated so much with me when you said it's about how you play the game, because a lot of times we forget that we are engaged, right? So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's not about oh, just want to have fun and or deceit or anything like that. It's about we have a common goal, a common purpose. We've banded together,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're going to try to put the score.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
hi,
Hi. For those of you who,
it's me.
yeah, so for those of you who don't know, we are walking around in our costumes. Andrea is Mario and I'm Luigi.
It's me.
And some people just can't help themselves but say hi. So, yeah, you said it well, Andrea. I have nothing to add. I mean, it is just, I said that in a moment where I had to remind all of us right now, it's no longer about do we play the game, because the game is on. The game had, like, the starting point has been passed.
Mm-hmm. The flag
Now,
has been waved.
right. Now it's about how we play the game. And the Shanks team is a very good at game playing. And again,
What makes us good?
yeah. Well, what makes us good is that we are not people who give up. We are not people who can't have a coach tell them, well, you might want to adjust your strategy. We are not afraid to be told that right there was not a good move. Next time we'll move that way. Gets us faster to the goal. So I feel that, and also we go the extra mile. There's another analogy.
Uh,
We go the extra mile when it's necessary, and sometimes it is.
well, if you want to win, of course you do. I
Yeah.
think that you talk about how it's very common to use sports analogies when comparing one's team or oneself to business. But I still don't think as a mindset that is prominent in companies. Like, I don't think we think about it enough. We don't
Mm-hmm.
think about our lives, not as a game, but as a story. For example, like you're writing your story
Mm-hmm.
every day. And that's why it's important to tell it, because you're living for a reason, like if you believe that you have purpose in everything that you do, then you start to be conscious of the decisions that you make, because you're going to write another page tomorrow. You're going to flip a chapter in your book and there's going to be some new adventure. And so when it comes down to the game, the comparison of being in a team, you think beyond your own self. It's no longer about just getting a paycheck. It's about the goal, about your mission, your vision, your value, your purpose. And you analyze yourself. What do I bring to the team? And if you don't do that, you're just subject to be placed wherever. But what if you have a good jump shot and no one else does, and you never tested and you're never asked, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
got to know about your working types as well. What work type do you have? And there, again, it's well studied. It's all of the literature is out there. We know that it matters to figure out yourself and to figure out your team. Then why don't we do it? And why don't we look at our objectives as conquering it as a or achieving our objectives as a team? And I think that it has to do with the disconnection of who you are as a team and what your goal is. It has so much to do with identity.
Yeah. Yep.
If
That's
you know you're a winner and you're a champion, you're not going to give up even when it looks like there's 30 seconds on the clock and there's no way you can win, because you never know. You're a freaking champion, you know?
yeah. Yeah. That's why it's very important to hire for the right people. Not just money driven, but also goal driven, mission driven, purpose driven.
I just think about the coach or coaches that rejected Michael Jordan.
Hmm.
And I wonder what their rationale was, and I wonder how many rejections are like the making of. I guess I need to go and read his biography or whatever, because all of those things make you stronger. It should make, well, there's two ways to go about it. You can either do something, work harder, or say, oh, well, that's it for me. I guess I'll never be in the NBA. But we all know the story of Michael Jordan. And to this day, like, you can't say his name without people knowing, like, that's a legend. And
Mm-hmm.
not just in sports, but in life. He overcame so much. And, like, yeah, I think that championship, that mentality, that you're not going to give up and you're not going to stop playing like a champion, even like no matter what. I think that it's just not as well, it's not common, or
Right.
we'd all be champions, right?
Yep. Well, Andrea, I mean, you are just on fire here and have all the things that were well said. I think, for my part, as you know, a company leader who continually struggles to not work in the business but on the business, you can't you can't work on the business if you don't have others working in the business who are good team players, who understand the game, who
Oh,
love the game.
uh-huh.
And it's about playing for a long time, and then you get old, and you're not as quick anymore, and then you need to let young players on the court, right?
Wow, that's very interesting observation.
uh, so but also your experience is needed in strategy, and that's kind of what we're talking about.
Well, you're the coach, right?
Yeah,
At that point.
as a CEO, as a COO, you're there coaching for the most part. And I mean, just imagine in sports, the coach had to jump into the game. Like, they'd not be quick enough,
Oh
and
my goodness.
right, even though in their heyday they were totally awesome.
Why do
Like,
you think that there's that policy or guideline or whatever in place anyway, where you couldn't do that if you wanted to as a coach? Like, there's plenty of team members, like basketball players, football, whatever, and they get an injury or they're no longer able to play. Why can't the coach just jump into the game? Aside
oh
from the fact that the team would lose a
yeah,
coach.
I don't know. Is that a guideline? I don't know.
I've never seen it before. I've never
Well, yeah,
ever seen a coach jump in and play
that's
a
true.
game.
Um, that's a good point. I mean, I know. I sound tonight as if I knew a lot about sports. I know nothing. So,
That's funny.
but yeah, no, I don't know. But it's true. Good observation. I think it's whether there is regulation around it or not, it's not a good idea. That's clear.
I think there literally is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe it's just yeah. I think that a lot of coaches would love to jump in, but they see their team struggling, and all they can do is grab their hair and you know be
Yeah.
frustrated with them or give them more coaching, huddle them. Come on, come on, come on. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, timeout. And I think what happens when they start losing or there's some pivotal moment in the game, they just start communicating a lot more.
Yeah.
And good coaches do because they want to keep the morale up of their team and they want to truly coach them to win. I don't know what you think.
Well, I think you know it's a good segue into our coaching program, if you will, the Shankstad Club, because whether you want to be coached to be a coach, you are at the stage of needing to start including people in your team that you oversee, or whether you are right at that moment where you have decided I'm gonna leave my job and I'm gonna start my own thing. I'm gonna start freelancing, consulting, what have you. I think you should join Shanks.club because there's a community right there for you where you have weekly videos that are released that will help you on that journey to building your brand and making business decisions. Um, we have a speaker planned. I'm actually currently negotiating when the best time is, but we have a speaker planned that knows a lot about creating business plans and how you can help people get that loan at the bank or get that investor to buy in. So the ticket for those speeches would be $99, but if you join the Shanks Club, it's included. That's only $7 a month, less than your cup of coffee. And Andrea has kind of delved into.
Yeah, I'm still here.
She's here, but she's orchestrating the team.
Yes. But I still want to get back to one question.
Okay.
What do you think the coaches that said no to Michael Jordan, how they feel now?
I mean, they probably feel like, damn, why did I say no? But at the same time, I think that they didn't see potential.
So maybe he wasn't ready?
Maybe he wasn't ready. Yeah, maybe they were not good coaches to see potential. A lot of selecting good team members is actually about seeing potential of people who are a diamond in the raw, and then they need some polishing, and then they're awesome. By the way, if you're looking for a job, lots of flexibility, purpose, then reach out to us. We are in need of a project manager, a video editor, and wait, there was something else. Project,
IT.
yeah, IT support. If you, and specifically Office 365 stuff, SharePoint stuff. So reach out to us if that is in your wheelhouse. Andrea, I think that's all I have for today. Unless you have something else.
No, just never stop being a good team player, and never stop being a good coach. Think about what you'd want if you're a coach, how you would want to be treated as a team player, team member, and
vice versa.
And vice versa.
And also, both are equally important. There's no team without players, and there's also
no players without the coach.
No players without the coach.
Well, you're just players, but you're not a team.
Yeah, and you have no strategy. You just kind of.
Or you have strategy and you can't execute.
Or that. That's all possible. Let us be your coach. Go to Shanks.club. Check it out for $7 a month. I think you will not regret it. You can cancel at any time. And you can start somewhere. All right. Signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye.